Welcome to my chaotic yet peaceful channel. For those of you who watch my channel regularly, you may see this outfit in another video coming out soon, another craft video, because I decided to just film 2 craft videos in one day. Now that we're done with some housekeeping, happy Halloween. I'm just gonna wear the same costume that I wore last year. So if someone asks me, what are you? I'm a Bilby. Duh.
What are you? I'm a mouse. Duh.
Link to my petition down below that is gonna make Mean Girls a Halloween movie. I bought a pumpkin. Now here's the deal. I wanted to buy mini pumpkins, but they don't sell them really anywhere here in Adelaide. So I just got stuck buying a big pumpkin. And at first I was like, oh cool, I'm gonna try to carve it. Then I realized carving a pumpkin is a lot of work. I already wanted to paint my mini pumpkins, so I was like, I'll paint this big pumpkin. While I was looking for some ideas of what I could paint, I found these lovely sugar skull pumpkins and sugar skull paintings. I'm not a sugar skull expert, so I'm kind of just loosely basing my idea off of that. I have already painted the bottom of my pumpkin and let that dry. I'm really excited to get into this. With the glue gun, I was thinking of maybe making some designs on the pumpkin and then painting over them and then pulling the hot glue out. And that will make kind of like a nice design. But I don't know how that's gonna work, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, and if you want to watch my last year's Halloween video, it'll be linked up in the eye. I painted Jack and Sally on my bathroom mirror. That video turned out really cool, so if you would like more Halloween ideas, please go check that one out. Alright, let's get started. I ended up deciding to write Happy Halloween with the glue gun on the pumpkin. I find it really satisfying how the glue goes from clear to a more whiter, more opaque color as it dries in this time lapse. I then decided to use a peachy kind of light tone color on the pumpkin. I just painted that all over, and you actually need way less paint than it seems like. The surface area of a pumpkin is not as big as I thought it was. It was a bit hard to get into all the crevices of that lettering I did. I hope you like that word, crevices. But anyway, this is kind of how it turned out. I think it really gives a very cool vibe to the pumpkin. Hopefully next time I can try out some cooler designs as well. I then started sketching out where I wanted the eyes and the nose holes to be on my pumpkin. As you can see, the acrylic paint does peel off quite easily, so you have to be gentle with things that can scratch the surface of the pumpkin. However, as you layer more and more thick coats of paint, I kind of noticed that it doesn't scratch as easily. And also, if the paint is a bit thicker, it also doesn't scratch off as easily. I didn't want my pumpkin to look particularly scary. I kind of wanted it to look pretty. I know that sounds funny, like for a Halloween thing, but I like things that are like, don't look that scary on Halloween. I don't know if that's just me. I'm not a big spooky person. As I was looking at ideas of what to paint, I really liked the floral eyes, so I decided to do that. The yellow ended up being very sheer, and I had to do a bunch of coats, and you will see those coats. I also went for a lot of flowers on the kind of forehead of my pumpkin, if a pumpkin has a forehead, and I gave it purple eyebrows. I wasn't initially planning on using this many colors, but as I kept painting, I was like, oh, another color could go well here. Oh, and another color could go well. So that's kind of just what happened. My favorite color to paint with on this pumpkin was the blue. It wasn't sheer at all, so I didn't have to do a lot of coats. And I slowed it down to how I would paint in real life, so you can see, because it is sped up to like around 4000 x, like, so this took about 2 hours to paint. But I had a lot of time that day, and I really enjoyed this process. So I don't think I can make a sugar skull video without acknowledging that sugar skulls are traditionally used in the Mexican celebration, the Day of the Dead. I don't know a lot about this celebration because I didn't grow up with a ton of like Mexican culture around me, and I didn't know this, but apparently sugar skulls represent a departed soul, and I had no idea that that was a thing. I really liked doing the outline of the skull, so having those like swirly lines come around of where the face of the pumpkin is. And I also decided to paint the kind of trunk top part of the pumpkin. Is that what it's called? Oh no, the stalk. Trunk. It looks like a dead tree trunk. That's what it looks like. So here's a good tip if you want to do really nice dots. Just dip the handle part of your paintbrush as I'm doing now, and you can easily paint very cute dots with it. I kind of feel like a lot of artists have not learned this trick. Also, because my paintbrushes are so frayed, I decided to paint some lines on the petals with that paintbrush, and I thought that ended up looking quite cool. It is complete. I really like the way it turned out. I think the colors that I picked really look nice together. At first, I didn't know if I was gonna go very rainbow, like I thought I would stick to a couple of colors, but I think the ones that I picked really worked well together. And with the letters on the back, I really like the hot glue moment as well, but if you kind of want a more creepy or scary lettering, if you do your whole pumpkin in black and then maybe peel off the letters like I did, I think you could get some really cool textures. So I would be interested to try more of that in the future with the glue gun. Of course, this lettering doesn't look that amazing, but I wasn't very careful when I was peeling them off. This is the only remotely like Halloween candy thing I had. I think this sugar skull would make a great like centerpiece on a table. I hope I gave you a nice and different idea of what you could do this Halloween season. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. If you made it all the way to the end, please comment down below white roses. My socials are linked down below in the description box, and I'll see you next time. You know.